Hello everyone and welcome into the channel. My name is Brent. It's week 10 of the challenge, and despite the market being once again at all-time highs today, I'm going to go ahead and show you my progress, why the market has rallied again this week, and how you can put small amounts of work for real gain. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover Grow Your Wealth to $1,000 Challenge Week 10. It's all about tracking progress, small wins, and staying committed, because here I help people build long-term wealth by staying consistent through simplified investing challenges and real transparency. So with that said, if you guys are brand new here, definitely go down below, give this video a big old thumbs up, would really appreciate it, drop a comment, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So week 10 progress update. Our previous week 9, we had a base investment, your base deposit of $300. Our new base as of this week is $325 because every week on Monday I deposit $25 into the account, and then on Tuesday it's automatically invested into the market regardless of what's going on. It's just constantly dollar cost averaging. So our new grand total with capital gains and appreciation included is now $340.94, and this is 10 weeks into the challenge. We've accumulated $340.94 of total balance in this account. The shares that we purchased this week, we actually made 2 purchases. So while I included our normal purchase there for the $25 purchase there, we picked up 0.043 shares of VU, and we made an additional purchase. So last week I was talking about how there's no automated, you have over a specific threshold and Sofi invests the capital for you, similar to what's over at M1 Finance. I had to manually set it to invest the referral and the dividend from last week that we received. And I kind of did that a bit late this week. So that's why on July 10th, which is Wednesday, I did make an additional purchase there of 0.088 shares at $575.76. So you can see here, there's a $4 difference and then some change there just by those few days that I mistakenly forgot to buy up the market there, right? So I was able to pick up a grand total now. So my total shares moved up from last week of 0.46035 to now a grand total of 0.59221. So we are now 2/3 of the way, right? 66 would be 2/3, but we're very close to 2/3 of a whole share earned of VU. So that's very exciting. You can see down here, we can see our total shares matches the market price of VU today is trading at $575.69. So on our last purchase, we did actually buy it pretty much at market highs in the day. And then it did come down just a slightly bit, but hey, there's always Friday and there's always the future, which we'll go ahead and cover what's expected for the future of VU and the market in general in just a moment. So definitely stay tuned for that. So yeah, everything is displaying down here. Everything's correct, right? We had our deposit, our investment, and our follow-up investment on Wednesday to get all that capital invested in the market. Talking about the market, week 10 continuation here, the market is trading at all-time highs right here. Now our portfolio over the past week is up 0.79%, or since the inception of the portfolio, it's up a whopping 4.91%. So over the past 10 weeks, our portfolio has gained roughly 5%. That's, really good capital appreciation right there. That doesn't happen too often, but we did come out of some recent crashes, right? So we're going to talk about what's been helping the market move higher and higher, right? AI computing strength, mega cap companies like NVIDIA are hitting all-time fresh new records, right? Uplifting the NASDAQ. We saw NVIDIA hitting $3 trillion market cap for the very first time. One of the biggest companies out there right now in terms of market cap. And tariff concerns have eased. Market has shrugged off all of President Trump's tariffs that they're going to be either reversed or just kind of delayed even further, right? So the market is continuing to move higher and higher. Now, the other thing here I wanted to bring up was that the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ just formed a golden cross for the very first time since January of 2023. The last time that this was that this occurred, it sent the market up over 43% over the next 2 years. And I went back through the past 10 years. Every time that there's been a golden cross indicator, the market has skyrocketed skyrocketed. There's been a couple instances over the past 10 years, I believe about 4 or so golden crosses. I didn't want to cover them all in today's video. Here's the VU, which tracks the S&P 500. We have blue, which is the 200, the long-term movement of the market, and then we have in the orange there, which is the 50-day. So 50-day short-term movement, the portfolio, the market had trended negatively. That was a death cross right there with the 50-day. The short-term averages of the market cross underneath the 200-day, the long-term movement of the market, considering a death cross and very negative for the market. The market had plunged roughly 21%, hitting that bottoming out point there in April 2025. And then the market quickly recovered here. And then in July now 2025, it has formed a positive golden cross where the 50-day moving average, right, the average of the market has now steadily over the past 50 days been so consistent that it's formed that golden cross. And looking back at history, this is generally, again, seen as a very positive thing and sending the market over 43% last time that this occurred. So right now, it would be a very inopportune time to be selling out of the market because you're thinking, oh, the market's at all-time highs. I better get out of the market and sell out of my portfolio because I don't want it crashing again, right? That's not generally what occurs after a golden cross. There's very little instances where I did look back over the S&P 500 and see any negative term directly after formation of a golden cross where the market fell down, right? But past performance doesn't make for future performance, whatever that saying is right there, right? And then on the right hand side, I had the Investico QQQ, which tracks the NASDAQ, which also had the same indicators during that April fall, had that death cross indicating kind of the end of the fall there, the really brutal red in the streets out there. And then here, even prior to July, the golden cross had formed and continuing to move higher, right? We're seeing a lot of those tech companies continue to push the NASDAQ higher and higher. So, one thing to you guys, let me know down in the comment section below, are you guys still buying at all-time highs? Are you still feeling a little bit pressured to not buy, kind of holding cash in your balances? Are you fully going in, on a weekly, bi-weekly, monthly basis and just adding as much capital as you can to your investments? Let me know down in the comment section below. Really appreciate it. Our progress towards our goal. Right now, we're sitting at $340.93 out of $1,000 in our challenge. That makes us at a 34.09%, or about 2 or 3% over last week's progression. So this is our investment challenge tracker. This tracks our weekly deposits of $25 to keep us consistent, to keep us in the mindset of being consistent, making reoccurring deposits, and it's nice visually to see how much you've contributed to your account, how much you've deposited, and the total balance of the account. So it's beginning to get further and further apart, right? The early portions of the challenge, it was pretty close together, but as we're progressing with this challenge and moving forward, you can see that our base balance and our total balance is getting further and further apart. That is by the market progression, continuing to move higher and higher, dividends getting paid out and reinvested into the portfolio. So just tiny little habits of building up the overall portfolio right there. Now, if you guys would like to join the $1,000 challenge, it doesn't have to be on Sofi. It can be on any platform out there, Moomoo, Public. There's dozens and dozens of platforms out there that we didn't have access to in the past. But if you guys would like to join the challenge, check out the pinned comment down below. You guys are able to download the completely free investment tracker that I'm using for this investment. You guys can punch in your numbers, keep track of how much you're depositing, how much your total balance is, and then, drop a comment down below. What are some of your investment goals you're aiming for? Are you looking to save up your very first $100,000? Are you going for that $100,000 mark? So I always like to kind of give everybody a challenge per week. If you guys would like to partake in the challenge, try and earn or save an additional $25 by next week, and then comment how you did it. It can be through selling items around the house, going out and deciding not to make that purchase that you want because it's not something that you need. You just kind of want it. So you save that money. So if you guys do drop a pinned comment down below, I'll go ahead and feature it in my little challenge screen if you'd like to be included in that. And of course, if you guys are brand new here at the channel, definitely go down below, like, subscribe. The market is trading at all-time high, so these small weekly investments are working. And we just saw our very first dividend last week hit our account from that habit. So want to keep building with me, you guys can download the free tracker in the description and comment below which investment are you guys watching this week. I'll be replying to every single comment down below, and I hope everyone has a really good one. So that is it. Thank you all for tuning in. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.